So, of course, the most like epic and like profoundly beautiful use of a tree in Scripture is the tree upon which Jesus died. You know, I loved to think about the fact that the one who created all things from the very beginning, dreamt up this beautiful, intricate thing, uses that very thing as a means to lay down his life on our behalf so that we could experience freedom and redemption, and that we could be set free from the debt and the curse of our sin. And of course, we could spend all day long talking about the implications of that moment in history. But I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on, again, what Jesus's crucifixion on a tree specifically speaks to God's ultimate desire for our flourishing and our walking and living and abiding in the fullness of knowing him and walking with him for all of eternity.
Mm-hmm. It's like trees are so representative of life in so many ways. Like in Scripture and in general, we just are like, we think of trees as meaning life. And then there's this death that's happening on the tree, but in the same way, that death is equal to our life. Mm-hmm. And that death, and then resurrection life comes for him too in that. And so it's like, it's an interesting mix of the two, like for death to happen on a tree that's full of life. I don't know. I don't have the end point of that thought, but that's where it takes me. That's so like the path that it takes me down.
Yeah. And what humility. I mean, like,
oh my gosh.
Surely there's multiple songs that say,
right,
on like the things that you created, like you used those things in not your life being taken, but you laying down your life. Mm-hmm. And the humility of that is just, it's profound and sobering. And I think about the Garden of Eden, right, the tree of life, where we take and we have all we need, And Jesus said that the night that he was going to be betrayed, like, take and eat. This is my body broken for you. Mm-hmm. Like, and then to, just crude beams that were put together for the purpose of capital punishment. It wasn't unique. Those were all over the place. Mm-hmm. That's humble. Like, that's unique in our culture now. It's right, a symbol, and it's we have there's meaningfulness to it. But as far as how ordinary and commonplace and how visible those were, mm-hmm, like Jesus took that on. And but I love that. Yeah, just the convergence of like life and death, and he is the tree of life, and took on humility and laid his life down for us, and we have life. It's amazing.
Yeah, it truly is like one of the most profound like images of humility. When I think of the attribute of humility as it relates to Jesus, like I think the quintessential picture of that humility is like not just him dying, but him dying in a human body on a tree. It's just like, it's just scandalous. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but it's too specific to not be intentional on the part of God,